let me be very honest with you guys. Okay, there are a lot of discussions happening with Russia and pan world, if you ask me, and then a lot of issues that we have in our heart and as well as in mind whether to do business with Russia or not. So more than the presentation, I would be more keen on answering your questions if you have any, and at the same time we would be also facilitating different kinds of avenues to start business with Russia. So presentation is one thing where we will say what is the bank all about, what the bank does, and there are other things also associated with us which can help you in conducting good amount of business with Russia. We uh, are there in the market for more than 180 years as of now. If you see the market cap today, we are the 30th largest brand in the entire world, and it's a full-fledged bank. We are a scheduled bank. We have the A1 category license with us, and starting from your collections to payments to anything that you want to do with Russia is available in the bank today. We have 3 branches, one in Delhi, one in Mumbai, and we have a very big IT hub in Bangalore. Uh, if you see the bank structure, the bank is currently having more than 16,000 branches in Russia, which is a very big one. And we have started, full-fledged banking in India in 2010. And now, obviously, because of the Indo-Russian trade and other developments that are happening in the market, the bilateral trade between Russia has constantly increased. And of course, to do that, we need a certain amount of support from our side as well as from your side as well. So that's the whole logic of promoting Sberbank in India between the Indian-Russian corridor. Uh, if you ask me on how to take it ahead, fine, you will have some business with Russia, and due to the geopolitical issues out there, the collections and payments are a bit difficult. So how to do it? So there is a format called as special rupee vostro account, which government of India has agreed and licensed to a lot of banks where bilateral trade can. We don't deal in SWIFT at this moment, but to have your payments and collection mechanism in time and in the right manner, there is a billing which happens between INR and ruble. So we collect the amount in a specific account called as special rupee vostro account. Under that account, you open a special current account if you have a business, working capital limits with other banks at 5 crores and above. But otherwise, you can open a normal collection account with us and start transaction. We give you the delivery in INR here, and we are very, very equipped in closing your shipping bills, if you ask me. So a lot of people have this query that we have done business with Russia, but how is the compliance? So we today can do anything and everything with Russia, and more the better. We are having more than 7,500 odd customers banking with us, and there are 1 lakh customers who are waiting in the queue for with different kinds of enquiries. These are the different industries that we have, okay, who actually does a lot of exports. So barring the oil and gas industry, we have these industries who are taking part today in the Indo-Russian corridor. And just move to the next slide, Prashant. Yes, so these are the routing instructions. If you ask me, see, this is how, if you go by, air, Moscow and Delhi is anyways connected. By ship, you have so many ports connected within the country. So you have Mumbai to Novorossiysk, you have Mumbai to St. Petersburg, you have Chennai to Vladivostok. So if you see in today's scenario where we have so much of issues from the Middle East, I think this is the best way to start your business. You'll get new avenues. New exporters are more than welcomed here, and there's no problem in starting business with Russia. Let me be clear with that. It's like how you start a business with any other country, any other geography, and any other industry. The entry is very smooth, okay, and there are different kinds of opportunities which you can look into it. Let's move to the next slide. Okay, so these are the products which we have, which every bank has it today. We have start from lending to transaction banking. We have collections, we have payments, we have your working capital requirement. You get a payment through LC. We are more than happy to discount the LC. We have post shipment facilities with us. Okay, it means you ask me the product today, it is there between India and Russia. The only problem is we don't deal in dollars. We don't deal in GBP, we don't deal in euro, we only deal in two currencies. One is INR and the other one is ruble. So which is larger than even from the largest bank in India. So this bank today in India promotes bilateral trade in its own way. Main thing is we are very safe. We have your transactions in line with the regulator, which is RBI. And the third thing is it is very important for us to comply with all the transactions that you do. So the bank is very compliant. We do a lot of regularity stuffs and with the trade framework within the ICE gate and customs. So collections and payments are one thing. If you need a working capital, you please connect with us. I'll share my colleague's number after this presentation. You please connect with us. We'll able to guide you. Prashant, next slide, please. This is what we do beyond banking. We have a India diaspora where you give, we can also send a lot of maintenance money in terms of wages, in terms of education fees to Russia. Okay, we have different categories of AIs which help us in promoting banking. Okay, now if you see this entire, business paraphernalia, you can also understand that we as a bank take one step ahead in finding out new buyers for you in Russia. So when I say that, and I would also mention the link here after the presentation. Prashant will give me the link. There is a concept of business development. Business development doesn't always means sales and marketing within an organization. We have a team of business development, guys who are from the industry. Okay, we have developed a product called as India Mall. You can say it's the Amazon and Flipkarts for B2B sales and B2B collections. So any product that you have today, you want to market it in Russia, put your catalog, put your product details, register yourself in India Mall. Okay, I'll just share the link with you. There will be a back-end reconciliation of your catalogs and products. If there is a market, we'll market your product and we'll identify the right set of buyer for you in Russia. You can get into an export agreement. Commercials obviously will be decided by you. And of course, the collection and payments will be routed from our bank. Okay, so we have taken one step ahead in identifying business opportunities for you in Russia. So to do things in a much organized manner, what we can do is, I can ensure that this guy also has a proper supplier identification in Russia. So if he puts a catalog within the program that we have, we get registered in the, our website, we market his product, and once the supplier gets identified or he says that, okay, fine, I have a market to sell your product in Russia, you can go ahead and talk about your commercials. So this is what we have. Okay, Prashant, why don't you give your email ID? So Prashant is a senior colleague of mine. Okay, we sit in Mumbai office in Maker Mac City. It's in BKC. I'll just give you his email ID. You can share all your requests, whatever you need from our side, to him, and then we are good to go. You can ask any product. As I said, we are there from collections to payments to lending. So currently, India Mall, that concept that I said, it is typically for exporters right now. We are finding suppliers. We don't do the reverse mechanism at this moment. But of course, if the volumes increase and we find some opportunities to market a product of Russia in India, we'll find the importer as well. You can meet us in Maker Mac City. We have a beautiful branch there in BKC. We have one large branch in Barakhamba, Delhi. And then there's also an IT hub in Bangalore.
Any events on promotion of trade to the Soviet Union?
Yes, of course. So we do a lot of events. Okay, and we also participate in events like how we are doing today to meet people like you. There are events pertaining to trade associations which you can participate. You can ask us.
So I will mail him.
Yeah, please, you can mail him. But see, ideally what happens, this participation of this, more than participating in these events, it is important that, you understand the concept of India Mall and the business development piece which I said, on how to find out suppliers in Russia. You can connect us in that manner in a bigger way. Of course, we do exhibitions where, it's a buyer-seller meet where our existing customers come, they present their products, and then we try to find out a solutioning for them. But exclusive event like this, like today we are having Gartex where we have garments and technology towards garments. We don't do events of that nature.
I'm not. It is you are a promotional council.
Promotional council promotional council is again a separate body. Okay, it is nothing to do with the bank. We are connected with them. If you need something from the body in terms of your product where you want to export or import,
Like Indo-Russian.
yes. So you can tell us. You can put a mail to Prashant. He will guide you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, we are in an area where it is denim and garments. Have you done anything related to denim and garments in Russia?
Yes. So there are multiple buyers in Russia who purchases these kind of products. Okay. We are across the country. We are collecting enquiries from places like Tirupur, Coimbatore, even Bombay for that matter. So if you have any product, as I was mentioning just a while back, if you have a very unique product or a catalog which you really want to market in Russia, you please register yourself in India Mall. We will ensure that if the product has a visibility in that country, you will get the right supplier to whom you can connect with.
There is today is the world of sustainability and eco products. I have a company who is making specially plant-based like hemp denim, like wool denim. Such things have got very good market in Russia. How can I register for that?
That's what I said just now, sir. There is a concept called as India Mall. It's the B2B model which we have generated. It's a kind of I would say application or a website where we are registering Indian exporters. The Indian exporter can come to that website, register with their GST, PAN, they give their details, they give their product catalog, the product comes to us, we put it to our Russian channel, they understand the product's availability in the Russian market, and they will find the right kind of supplier for you. So specifically, if you're looking at a denim, sales there are buyers. You will definitely get someone.
There is another area which is home textiles which is coming up in a very big way, because we have entered into FTA with EU, with UK and EFTA countries. So Russia is a part where we can probably take these items. Have you done anything like that also?
So we are doing every item which gets exported to Russia. So it is not specific to textile or specific to garment. If you have we are a bank. If you export anything to this particular country and there is a payment or a collection which is available, we are facilitating that. Anything to fund this particular transaction any banking instrument which is required to fund this transaction is also available with us. But having said that, it's a little dicey market if you see in India today because of the geopolitical condition. A lot of people refrain from doing anything with Russia. So what I'm trying to tell you is that's a beautiful market to enter with. Legally, it is very strong. Logically, it is also viable for a lot of businessmen into the SME or into the mid-market segment. And any product, as I said, it's not only limited to textile. We have done. I don't know whether what product specification you are talking about, because I am not an expert in understanding how the textile things looks or what denim, product. I would say the ingredients are there in a denim jeans, but we have dealt in every single industry wherever there is an export or an import, and if your product is a viable product to be sold in Russia, definitely we'll look into it and we'll help you in finding out the right supplier.
Sir, few years back, now I am a consultant and retired with 55 years of experience. I was heading two of the mills in India. That was Modern Group Mill. One was Modern Denim Limited. Another was Modern Territories Limited.
Yeah.
This territorial mill was brought into being when it was come. It was started with Portal Textiles of UK's collaboration, and it was the first mill, fully vertically integrated territorial mill in whole of Asia. This is, we am talking of 1992. That was the
I was in school that time.
That
Anyways.
was the time when Russia was liberated from Iron Curtain,
Yeah.
and it has become free. I have been going to Russia several times there. I have worked with major stores like GUM, Moskova, Moskivsky, etc. Stayed there, started a stitching operation of towels, taking there like that, and created a market of my second towels into Russia, so much so that all the household ladies, they used to go with my labels, modern labels, to ask the store to give this towel only. So I have that experience, but for a couple of years I am not in touch with them. And now I have, because I want to consolidate again with this, because I have been consulting to these companies. There are a lot of new SMEs and IPOs coming into being because of the government's policies. So I want to help people to do this. So how can I become member and join with your?
That's what I said just a while back, sir. See, we don't have a forum where, like, I'll give an example. Like, there's a association called, so there are different export councils in India, right? FIO, CII. We are not an association. We are a bank. You want to become a customer of the bank, I'll be more than happy. You have your current account, you have your payment mechanism, I'll be more than happy. To introduce you to the Russian forum once again, the only option that I have today is you register in India Mall or ask your clients who you are consulting. You would be consulting some clients, right? Ask them to register in India Mall and market their catalog there.
So how is the India?
So that's what I'm trying to say, sir. I will share you a link right now.
Okay.
It's a very self-explanatory link. Just put your PAN number, GST, everything, and you can register yourself and market your product there. We'll figure out whether the viability of that product is still there in Russia. Like today, you're talking about a towel, right? Now, that kind of towel, if already in supply in abundance in that particular market, they may not want to buy something more from India, right? So we have to see whether the market viability is there or not. That is not, that we are not, I am not expertise in that. There is a different, the bank is not expertise in that, but there are industry stalwarts who will definitely look into it. And keeping that into mind, obviously you can become a member of the Russian diaspora. Having said that, we also, as sir was asking, one gentleman was just asking me that, do we conduct events or not? So probably in our events where we are meeting export councils, we are meeting different agencies or different trade bodies who promote bilateral trade between India and Russia. Obviously, we will try to connect you to them as well and take it ahead. That's the only way to again restart business, unless you have a very strong connect there and you want to revive the relationship once again with them.
Very right. There is another thing. There is a SME companies are registered here in an association. This association, are you doing anything with them?
Yes, we do a lot of things with the associations. As I mentioned, some of the associations, means it's not right from my part to come in my presentation and talk about those associations, and it is not compliant also. At the same time, yes, we do a lot of, it's a business, right, sir? You will not leave any opportunity, correct? If you also get something in textile or garment who comes for a consultation to you from anywhere, you will try to help them, right? So these associations are also connected with us, and wherever we can see, at the end of the day, we are a bank. Our expertise lies in collections, payments, and funding of a transaction, again within the RBI guideline. But since this is a very tricky market, we have introduced something like an India Mall, which can go ahead and help lot of customers. It's not only the MSME or the SME segment. Very large customers also come with inquiries. So that program can fit into everybody who is sitting here, or we can tell this to all the exhibitors who are here. Yeah. There are more questions, Bhakti, I think.
I want to know one thing.
Yeah.
That, besides Russia, there are other CIS countries. Do you do with them anything?
No, sir. At this moment, bilateral trade between India, Russia, and Belarus. These are the only countries which we are dealing with. We don't route payments or collections from any other country as of now.
Okay, the rest 12 countries you don't do.
I couldn't hear you, sir.
Rest 12 countries of CIS you don't
No,
do.
we don't do. Because see, a lot of times what happens is there is one is sanction, one is SDN. There are different kinds of sanctions.
Okay.
Russia is under US sanctions. We don't have the UN or the EU sanctions there. So sanctions also have its own category, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
there is Iran.
Obvious.
We don't do anything with Iran right now. If you
No, I'm not
remember,
talking about Iran, because when Russia got
just giving an
sanctions-
example.
Yes.
So there was you remember UCO Bank?
Yes.
So UCO Bank was facilitating transactions with Iran on some specific note. So sanctions are dealt very seriously.
Yes.
But see, between India and Russia, the bilateral trade that we have, it is completely on a relationship, which is there for ages. You can't spoil that relationship. And today, just because one country says that you cannot do business with someone else, doesn't stop India to do anything. But if you ask me technically, it is the other 12 countries which you are talking about, it is normally avoided because the percentage of trade is also very less. Here we are talking about $70 billion. So it can't be just said that, okay, I don't want to do it, because we are projecting this 70 billion to move to around $100 billion.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, there has been escrow account.
Yeah.
You mentioned Union Bank of India. It was in 90s. It was the only bank who was handling this
Yes.
money that is coming. Today, anything is happening in escrow account.
Eh, So escrow account for exports and imports you may not require in the way how the structure is in India. Escrow account is a tripartite agreement where probably you get into a contract. We open escrow when there is no trust, right? So if there is escrow as a bank, means the transaction which I'm talking about today, it is more LC oriented, guarantees oriented. So if that is there, why will we need an escrow account? It's all about the timely management of receivables of payments and collection. So say you are exporting something, you are always in a fear that my money is going to come or not, how I'm going to. So there are different ways to route that payment. You take something in advance, something you take post shipment, you take payments in the form of LC, it comes to India, I do LC bill discounting facility for you, I give you a post shipment limit. There are also multiple ways of doing this transaction where you route the shipping documents through the bank. I'm sure you will be doing it, right? There's a product of DA, DC, DP. So you can route that. You don't need an escrow account to manage the transaction and collect your payments in a broader manner. Means escrow is again a different concept. You don't need it for these transactions.
Do you give any pre-shipment and post-shipment credit also?
Credit?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. We do a lot of lending here pertaining to working capital. But see, I don't know in a pre-shipment side how will a packing credit help you, because you will be getting the loan in INR only. Packing credit or bias credit for the import side is only helpful when I lend it in foreign currency, right? I am going to lend you in INR here because I don't deal in any other currency. There are only two currencies which I deal in, INR and ruble. That's it. So pre-shipment will be coming like a normal working capital limit to you. Whether you give me your bills, I will see those bills how it is, and then probably we can, initiate a limit. We have a program called as surety ship. If you know somebody in Russia, and the buyer there is quite large, you give me the buyer's name. Like how we have GST, there's INN number in Russia. You give me that those details. I will do an underwriting within the bank. If that person has a very credible limit in Russia, basis that limit, I can give you a working capital line here for exports where his payments are guaranteed to us in India. I think Bhakti is saying that we are running out of time. Okay. We can have a one-to-one session if required, no problem. I think there would be, yeah. So Bhakti, you can you can take over the stage. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so much.